Don Russell along with Rick Rhoades. This is our GSC digital recap of the game between North Alabama and West Alabama here in Livingston. UNA wins it 45-7 over West Alabama in front of a very good crowd here tonight. Don Russell along with Rick Rhoades. Really is West Alabama had their opportunities early, but when it all changed, it was really not just the offense of UNA, but their defense was pretty much stifling.
Yeah, really about the middle of the second quarter, UNA just kind of took control on both sides of the ball. Very opportunistic offense, created turnovers, scored, got great field position, scored. And then the UNA defense, it was just, I mean, really basically stuffed the West Alabama offense. Really didn't let them get much of anything going at all. And the result was a very dominating 45-7 win for the Lions.
Take a look at some of the highlights from the first half and the game in total, and particularly starting here in the first half. And you can see West Alabama had some success, but then they turned it over, and that ended up leading to a touchdown here for UNA.
Yeah, this is Jacob Tucker on the first score, and you know the turnover occurred really on the first play from scrimmage for West Alabama. Really one of the high points for West Alabama. Tried the quick screen, the ball up in the air high, recovered by West Alabama, and the Tigers will go in to score and to tie this game up. And it looked like we were going to have a classic, but UNA was equal to the challenge, and this may be the biggest play of the game right here. To Jacob Thomas right here on the scramble drill, puts the ball right on the pylon, and really a nice catch by that young man, and then Tucker will take it in again.
Yeah, and he had 3 rushing touchdowns in the game, not to mention the fact the other things that he did, and this time a wide open opportunity there for Beasley.
Yeah, nice cut back there for a score, and really, you know, the long pass really turned the game around. This is one of the few things that the West Alabama defense did well the entire night. They really did not allow any deep balls for completions. But every time it looked like they were going to knock on the door, the UNA defense would do just that and stuff. That was a big third down stop right there. And then, of course, Henke, the very good UNA kicker, had a great ball game.
Then in the second half, really when West Alabama wanted to strike first, instead it was Tucker taking it in again.
Yeah, they came down the first drive of the second half, went right down the field and scored. And after that, it was really no looking back. Little scramble drill right here again for Dre Hall, who had a big night, which they said they needed to do. And then here's Blake Hawkins, the nice young backup freshman quarterback, caps off the scoring with a little read option for the score.
We'll take a look at the numbers in the game. Not as dominant rushing-wise as you would think, but look at the difference in the passing. Just go through the numbers for us, Rick.
Well, I think UNA has got to be really pleased with the 310 passing. I mean, that's huge. You know, I think that's, I don't know if it's the most that Tucker's thrown for, but I would say it'd be very near the top. You know, he's a guy that has proven he can throw the football 300 yards passing is not easy to do against anybody. We all know what he can do with his legs, so he has established himself as a true double threat quarterback. You know, for West Alabama, you know, 262 is not going to get it done, and they just really had a hard time all night trying to get anything sustained. And the difference is in the score, 45-7. I think the stats tell it.
We have a couple of big games coming up next week. A game on Thursday and on Saturday that you'll enjoy here in the Gulf South Conference. And we'll begin with our first trip as we'll go to Cleveland, Mississippi for Mississippi College and Delta State. And then on Saturday, we'll have in Florence, Alabama, West Georgia, and North Alabama. Rick, that should be a good one.
Yeah, it really should. First, the MC Delta State game, 2 old rivals that really don't like each other. That'll be fun to see. The one on Saturday has all the earmarks of a classic. Both of them were national contenders last year, and both of them are national contenders again this year.
So North Alabama gets the win in a conference game here in Livingston, Alabama. For Rick Rhoades, I'm Don Russell, and that'll wrap it up for this edition of our GSC Digital Update.